Hello and welcome to Case Closed. I'm Charlie Langton, your host. We'll soon go inside an actual courtroom in the Warren District Court to see a real small claims case in action. Now, under Michigan law, small claims cases may be brought by individuals seeking $3,000 in damages or less. Neither side may be represented by an attorney in small claims court, and the judge's decision is final. Now, let's take a look at the case of the bad car wash.
And this is your case. I believe, Mr. Bolus, why don't you tell me what you're asking for?
Well, I'm asking for, try to make the long story short.
That's always good.
I took my vehicle to Mr. Hanna for details in the car wash. Tried to get the car ready to give gift for my wife before we have our first baby born. Tried to make it look nice.
So you bought a new car?
My car is not brand new. It was 2003. It looks like as new. I was trying to make it, take it to the car wash so they can detail it and clean it and wash it.
Detail it?
Details.
What do you mean detail?
Details mean to clean the interior of the car and exterior and make it look like clean. Takes maybe 1 day or 2 days. I don't know how many days it took to do the job. Then I got a phone call telling me your car has been delayed 2 hours. I was at work. I'm pulling towards this parking lot and he's telling me, oh, your car has small scratch in it. One of my employees crashed your vehicle.
Who's telling you this?
He is telling me.
Who?
Mr. Hanna. Okay. And Eddie. And I said to him, don't worry about it. I mean, if it's only small scratch, no problem. As towards my vehicle, to him, oh, your vehicle's not here. Because of the small scratch, we took it to the collision to repair it. I said, how bad is the car? He said, no, it's just like small accident. And I said to my wife, that's what happened, so we have to drive to go take a look at my vehicle. I didn't even know why they took it to the collision without my permission. So by the time I get to
they wanted to fix it, apparently.
Well, they tried to make it look okay, but when I get there, the whole front of the car was crashed. From the left,
this was where, at the collision shop?
They crashed in their car wash, and they took it to the collision to fix it without even telling me or without even knowing about the accident.
And how old was this car when you took it in?
The car is 2003.
All right.
I own it. It's been paid off. I've been taking care of it every 6 months, take to the dealer to do the maintenance record. Whatever required to it. So anyway, it took about 3 to 4, 5, 6 days to figure out where he want to take it, where I want to take it. I'm trying to contact his insurers. I'm trying to contact my insurers. And then in the meantime, I need a car to go to work. He told me, that's fine. You can go ahead and get a car rental, and I will take care of it. The guy, he didn't know how much the car is going to cost to fix. I took it to the Royal Oak Odometric. They do the car. It took about 5 weeks to maybe 6 weeks try to take care of the car from the day it was crashed in their parking lot. So I have to pay for the car rental because he didn't have a credit card A with him. B, he didn't know where I should get the car rental. I called the Hertz car rental. I said, Mark, I need a car. Tell me, Mr. Bowles, don't worry about it. The car rental was $1,769.
Right.
They reduced it down to $1,367.62 and based on my friendship with the company. I do the owner's wife's hair. So they gave him a break over maybe $400, and he still didn't want to pay it. And then they come to me, Gazwan, we have to do the process. After 1 month, we have to close the case. We have to charge your credit card. So I was the victim here. I paid it through my credit card, American Express. And I called once and twice in a month, in 2 months, in 3 months. I called my insurance agent. Also, he's in the third party. He knows both of us. And he don't want to pay it. And all I'm asking to get my money back so I can cover up where I pay through my credit card.
So the proof is in the details, assuming the judge knows what detailing is. The plaintiff here only wants money for a rent-a-car. Let's see what the defendant says.
What happened, first of all?
Okay, he brings his car to the car wash to, shampoo the seat and carpet and stuff. And that's usually take about an hour and a half, and it costs between $60 to $75. My guy, he drove the car outside. He hit the wall. And
Hit the wall?
yes. But anyway, I tell him I'm gonna fix the car, my insurance will cover $6,000, I
How
put
did
the
he
rest
hit
of
the
the
wall?
money.
What was he, I mean, I don't understand.
It just happened, I don't know. He tried to turn and he hit the wall.
This is your employee?
Yes.
You fire him?
Well, he's a good guy, it just accidents happen.
He just can't drive, that's all.
Well,
He's not
so anyway, I
no
tell him I'm gonna
Steve
fix your
McQueen, that's
car.
for sure. Go
You
ahead.
know, I do fix his car, my insurance, he put the money, I put the rest of them. I tell him from the day first, do you need any car you need to drive? He say, no, I have another car. I said, okay. Then after he fixed the car and everything, he tell me, well, I rent a car for $1,600. I said, that's too much, for how long you have the car? He said, about 3 weeks. And I said, how much a day? He said, about $25 a day. 25 times 31 days is $525. Why I should pay you $1,600? Then he said, well, he talked to the guy and he went down on a, total price to $1,360, whatever, And I said, no, you just tell me. I just asked him before I went to this room, for how long you have the car? He said, 3 weeks. I said, how much you pay? He said, I pay $25 a day. 25 times 3 weeks is $525. So why should pay you $1,360?
$1,367.62 is not a lot of money.
I'm not
to pay
suing
for a
for
rental
extra.
car. It's not.
Yes, it's a lot of money for a rental car. I mean, he took us somewhere they too busy, and it take him ever to fix his
No,
car.
no,
He can't take us
Wait,
somewhere.
okay, enough, okay?
So the defendant admits to smashing up the car, but the $1,367.62 for a rental car, that's just too much. Let's see what the judge says about that.
$1,367.62. Okay, for that type of car, the normal rental time period that you would have for that is about 2 weeks. Okay, that's about what it would cover. Maybe a little bit more. Okay, that's not a long time to have a car fixed, to have it out of service for 2 weeks. He had it out of service for a lot more than that, but he didn't pay anything extra.
But he doesn't tell me that's one. A second thing.
So what?
Second thing, I offer him. I tell him if you need a car. He say no.
You have what?
I tell him, you want a car? I have an extra car,
Why would he want one of your cars?
Well, because it's not going to cost me nothing.
Well, so
But
what? That's not.
professional. You
That's.
have a business, $1 million business. I'm not going to take
See,
a
look,
rest to drive
when
your car.
when he dropped the car off at your car wash to have whatever it was going to be done to it. Okay, I don't know what. I mean, all kinds of stuff. It sounds like you were going to boil the car clean or something like that. But in any event, you have an implied duty to use reasonable care when you're in the care and custody of his car. That did not happen in this case. Your employee was negligent in handling the vehicle. You're responsible to pay any damages that this man sustains, Mr. Bolus, because of the damages that he incurred because he couldn't use his car due to your employee's negligence. That would include fixing the car, but that's not an issue here. But it would also include the money that he had to pay to rent a car that he could drive while the car was being fixed due to your employee's negligence. That fee apparently is $1,367.62. That's reasonable. That's more than reasonable for the amount of time that this car was out of service. Even if it was out of service for a slightly longer period of time than it should have been, it's still a reasonable amount of money that you would have to pay for even 3 or 4 weeks, less than it was out of service. And so you've got to pay that because those are damages that he had due to your employee's negligence. So I'm going to enter a judgment in favor of the plaintiff here for $1,367.62. I will add to that costs consisting of a $45 filing fee and a $23 service fee, which will bring the total amount of the judgment to $1,435.62. I don't want to tell you how to run your business, Mr. Hanno, but I certainly would be tempted to go up to your employee and make sure he understands that because he can't drive, it's costing you a lot of extra money.
Not a hard case here, except maybe for some of the details. Now let's take a look at the next case, that being the case of the bad Malibu.
And Ms. Borden, this is your case. Why don't you tell me what happened?
I purchased a car on February 9th from an M97 Auto. And at the time of purchase, I was told that I would have 6 months to pay the balance.
Okay. What kind of car did you buy?
Malibu, a Chevy Malibu.
What year?
I have to look and see.
Well, that's all right. And what was the purchase price?
The actual price of the vehicle was $2,500.
Okay. And you were going to pay it over 6 months?
No, I paid $2,500 because when he asked me how much was I looking to spend, originally I said $2,000. Then he said, well, I have a good car for you, but it's going to cost you a little bit more. I said, well, I can do $2,500 out the door. Well, he then told me later, well, there's going to be the fee for the license and stuff like that, but don't worry about it. Just have it paid off in 6 months. And then he told me also about a service warranty that I could purchase with it also. He said just pay it off in 6 months.
Well, what did you pay him that day, February 9th?
$2,500.
Oh, that was the full price for the car, right?
Yes. And then there was some things that he said he was going to fix. So we picked up the car, and
Who was we?
me and Dion Williamson.
Is he related to you?
We've been together like 12 years. So
He's your boyfriend?
yeah.
Is that a yes?
Yes.
All right, go ahead.
So we picked up the car, and all the things that were supposed to be fixed weren't fixed.
Okay.
So I brought it back, and Art, which is the person that I spoke with when I purchased it, he's the one who talked me into buying the car and everything.
He works for M97?
Yes.
Okay.
He told me that to bring it back and they would fix it. So we brought it back.
When did you bring it back? How soon after you bought it or took it home?
About a few weeks.
Could you drive it?
Yes, I did.
You drove it home?
Yes.
Could you drive it between the time you took it home and the time you brought it back?
Yes, the things that are wrong with the car, they don't happen all the time. So like
right.
one day the blinker might work and the next day it might not. The things they aren't constant things, but they're serious.
How many miles did the car have?
When I purchased it, 128,582.
128,582 miles?
Yes.
It's a lot of miles. The car's not even 10 years old. Where's the car now?
When I called him, he said to have it towed to World Class Auto, and I had it towed there. He said that he would get it from there and take it and fix it or whatever. And that was...
So you had it towed to World Class Auto?
Yes.
Okay.
So I didn't call back all Friday because I know cars take time, you got to fix them. I called back Saturday morning to find out if it was ready.
Now this was, again, how long after you purchased it?
This was, the last time
Right.
was in, let me see, April.
April, okay.
Yeah, April. That I had called to have, and he told it to World Class Auto.
Why was it towed to World Class Auto?
That's what he told me to do.
That's what Art told you to do.
No, that's what Frank told me to do.
Ah,
My son is not me.
Huh?
My son is not me. My junior.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know. He said his name was Frank and he was the owner. So,
of M97?
Yes.
That person said towed to World Class Auto.
yes.
Where's that?
It's on Grossbeck and off the freeway, off 696.
All right, so you towed it there.
So I towed it there, and when I called Art on Saturday to see if it was ready for me to pick up, he said he wasn't sure, but he was checking on it and to call him back in 10 or 20 minutes. So I gave him a little time, called him back, and he put me on hold. Somebody else came back to the phone, and they said that Art had went for a test drive, and I was like, okay, well, I'll hold, because every time I called to check on it, it was like, okay, can you hold or whatever. So I'm like, okay, I'll hold however long I have to hold. If he's on a test drive, I'll be here. So then he's like, no, you can't hold. And he hung up on me. So I'm like, okay, well, if I can't hold on the line, then I got to go there to find out what's going on because I need my car. Then after I was talking to Art and Lisa, and I was explaining to them why he was upset that this wasn't, and Art knew that
Who's
this.
Lisa?
Lisa, I guess, is the sales manager or whatever. She's the one that drew up the paperwork when I purchased the
At M97?
car. Yes.